Happy Wednesday, Stampers! We are going to make this fun, fall-inspired, fragrant florist card today using this fragrant forest background stamp. And it's great for Christmas, birthdays, sympathies, thinking of yous. I mean, you could use this for so many different occasions and all the seasons for sure. So like every week, make sure that you are subscribed to my Buzz Bulletin. It's my weekly e-newsletter that I mail out to each of you every week on Thursdays with all the directions, all the measurements, with a free PDF tutorial for each week's card. So you'll want to make sure that you subscribe to that. It's in the description below, or you can go to stampinqueenbee.com and subscribe there. All right, well, let's get started. So we are going to use this background stamp. I already have it mounted. And so with these background stamps, one great tip I have for you is to try not to pick it up. They're kind of cumbersome, right? They're bigger than our hand. And so if you try to pick it up and stamp it, it's often much more difficult than putting it on its backside, just like this. So I have already cut a layer of Very Vanilla. So we're just gonna put that there. And we're gonna start off using some crushed curry ink. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna actually ink it up while the stamp is on its backside. So it's much easier to work with this way. So we're just gonna kind of go all over, make sure it's inked up well. You can see the shine on there with that crushed curry. So we're done with that now. Now we're gonna take, because we want to get kind of this multicolored scene here, right? So we're gonna take some pumpkin pie and we're gonna take a sponge dauber. So this technique works when you go lightest on the stamped image, and then we take our darker colors and kind of go over. So we're just gonna ink up our sponge dauber here with our pumpkin pie. And there's no right or wrong way to place this on here. We're just gonna kind of go all over our trees here. You know, the trees color at all different ways, right? So they don't ever look the same, and no two trees look the same, and no two images of this are gonna look the same. So that was our pumpkin pie. Now we're gonna take our pecan pie. Same thing with a pecan pie sponge dauber. And we're gonna go through on the tree stumps here first. And then we're gonna put a little bit kind of throughout our trees. Because you know, as the fall leaves start changing the trees, right? They go kind of with all those different fall colors. So we're just gonna kind of ink this all around. Remember, there's no right or wrong to where you put these colors. Okay, so now we're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna take our layer of our Very Vanilla is what we're using today, and we're gonna put this down right onto our stamp. Then I'm gonna take a piece of grid paper that I have cut in half. I'm just gonna use this kind of as a back rub so I don't get the ink all over my hands. We're just going to rub that all over where our paper is. Remove that. And carefully, we're gonna remove our paper to reveal our beautiful scene. Isn't that pretty? All those different colors. It's wet, so you want to be careful, let it dry for a second, but you can see all the different variations of those fall colors, right? Okay, so let's move our background stamp to the side. And I'm gonna bring in my paper trimmer here. We'll let this dry just another second. Should be good. And I like to just trim off a little bit from each side because we want this to be about 3 3/4 here. And we're just gonna trim off a little bit there. And we're gonna trim off a little, and you can kind of look, you can do a little bit from both sides. I think we'll do from the top here at 5. And then this will be our layer for our card. Okay, so now I've already cut some pieces for us. So we've got our very vanilla card base. We've got some pecan pie here. And so the first thing we're gonna do with this is we're just going to glue down with some liquid glue our pretty stamped image here. And we're just gonna lay this down right in the center of our pecan pie. So pretty, right? Okay, now we're gonna take some of this pecan pie ribbon and we're gonna put it around. You can do it in the middle, you can do it kind of lower, wherever you like. This one we'll kind of do in the middle. We're gonna wrap this around. And how I like to line this up is using my grid paper here. So I will kind of know which lines, then we'll know where our, if you just kind of line it up on there, you'll know that your ribbon is straight. We'll put our adhesive, line back up our card here, and we're just going to flip these into our adhesive here. And then we'll pull and do the same thing on this side. Remember, it's the back, so it doesn't matter how that looks. And then there we have our straight ribbon around. So now that we have that done, we're going to take some dimensionals and we're just going to put some dimensionals on the back here of our layers. And I don't like to have a saggy card middle, so we just put a couple of dimensionals right there in the middle. So we'll just peel these off. Last one here. And we're just gonna center this onto our card base. There we have it. Okay, so now I've cut from our Stylish Shapes dies one of our banners here. And let me bring in my foam mat because for this sentiment, we are going to use from the Happy Labels set, Just a Note. I love that one, Just a Note. We're going to use some pecan pie here. We've got our Just a Note. We'll ink that up. And we're just going to stamp this down in the center. Okay. And then for this one, we're just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of here. Peel those off. And we'll just stick this, you can kind of put it to the side or center it, whatever you like. But we'll just go ahead and put that on. And we'll finish it off with a couple of our gold sequined gems here. And I just kind of put them to the side and right above our sentiment. And so there you have it, Just a Note. There's both of them, so you can see the variations, right? One is, I think I got some more yellow in the one we did today and a little bit more orange and brown in the other ones, but aren't they beautiful? I really love that fall forest escape. So thanks so much for watching. Happy Wednesday, and make sure you subscribe to our Buzz Bulletin so you can get all of the tutorial steps, measurements, and how-tos.